Hi, my name is Dr. Jim Mitchell, and I'm the course instructor for TED 529, Professional Responsibilities in Education or Professionalism in Education. We want to welcome you to the class, and I'll have this video introduction right here once we are done with making it. So I would ask you to please go to the Start Here syllabus over on the left-hand side and click on that, and you will find that this syllabus is called up. And this is the course syllabus for the class. It's very comprehensive, as you can see. It will have been approved by the Quality Matters program by the time you see it. So 3 other professionals will have reviewed this course to make sure that it's aligning to the standards of effective online teaching. But just for the sake of this video that I've created for you, we examine the professional rights, responsibilities, and teacher code of ethics. We engage in self-assessment of California standards for the teaching professions as we investigate laws, concepts, and principles for school wellness policies, as well as the social health and education agencies that are available for teachers. The course itself focuses on identification of major laws, concepts, and principles related to student health and safety. We also examine professional problems, rights, and responsibilities of teachers and students as they relate to the day-to-day work in schools, and engage in candidates in self-assessment and self-direction for continuing professional growth. To take this course, one must be admitted to the CSU East-based single-subject credential program. My information is here, and I'll share more about that when we get to the shell itself. It's a completely online class. Here are the technical requirements that you are asked to already be able to fulfill. Here are the required reading materials. We do not have a text. We use websites that are supplied by the instructor, and the instructor, no matter who's teaching it, may supplement this course with other materials. Our conceptual framework is stated here, and what we offer are the course outcomes, the related activities and assignments, and how we assess for these course outcomes in order to be successful in this course. I will direct your attention to all of this that you can read at your own time, but I would also ask you to make sure that you look at the actual course assignments. Our online class has discussions and papers. The discussions are due every Monday. For instance, week 1, whatever day it starts on, that discussion will be due Monday at 9 a.m. Monday at 9 a.m. the following Monday. In the first discussion, you'll simply be asked to review the California Child Abuse and Neglect Law, and then formally state that you have read it and intend to honor all of its suggestions. And then for the second part of discussion 1 through discussion 15, the same prompt is there, but the materials you'll look at, which are under course materials, will be different. So even though you have the same prompt, you'll be offering a different response because the materials are different. That's to follow Malcolm Knowles' principles of andragogy, which simply put is involving having dependable prompts to respond to with different materials to synthesize. Now, as I've noted, our discussions are due on the Monday following the readings activity by 9 a.m. Pacific, and here's the rubric. Then we have several papers that are due. And the first one that is due will be at the end of week 3, and that is a wellness in the school setting report. That's 1,000 words, so that's pretty substantive. That's 4 pages of 250 words each. These are the course outcomes that the paper addresses, and that's due at the end of week 3 via the Dropbox, which I'll show you in a moment. As I've said this now, you should review each of the assignment criteria and email me with any questions, and here's the rubric for that. Now, there are several other papers due in this course that are all due at the end of week 14. That said, however, I ask that you get them done sooner than that in a manner that fits your schedule. Why we don't have each assignment with its own separate due date after the wellness paper on week 3 is as follows. This is a 15-module class, usually 15 weeks. There's a lot to carry around with you in terms of what's due when. I empower you to make that decision as to turning in work that's due besides the discussion, which are due every Monday. You should plan on having discussions due every Monday, the wellness report due at the end of week 3, and then all the other papers are due at the end of week 14, but set your schedule so you don't let them stack up for those remaining 11 weeks. You plan your schedule for this course to turn these papers in. And what is a school board paper, which we ask you to go to a school board meeting and then write up your response based on this dispositions rubric. And here's our rubric in order to be successful for the school board paper. Reflect on the role of school counselors. That's another paper, as is the strategies to minimize classroom bias, as is the description of teacher rights and roles as mandatory reporters. This goes back to the week 1 assignment of the California Child Abuse and Neglect Law. And then you have a summary of the Teacher Code of Ethics that's also due at the end of week 14, but you can get that done sooner. And then also the connections between the California standards for the teaching professions and this course. So that's basically what the syllabus asks you to do. And the weighting of the assignments is noted here. What you need to do to be successful is noted here. Different policies are noted here, as well as our attendance policy. Once again, I said the discussions are due every Monday. The wellness report is due at the end of week 3, and everything else is due at the end of week 14. But students are encouraged to submit earlier so that the assignments do not stack up and become too much. Under course materials, you'll be able to simply click on these links and go to the links to review the readings for the week. And I will get to that in a moment. And these are 15 modules. So having said that, let's go to who I am. Well, I am Dr. Jim Mitchell, and my personal link is noted here. You can click on this and find out more about me. I hold a PhD in Ed Psych from the University of Minnesota, and my other focus is technology in the preschool through grade 12 classroom. I'm also very well versed in teacher professionalism and school and society issues. I've been a faculty member here since 2002. My rank is now Professor of Teacher Education. So under course materials, you will find what you have here is the various assignments, and you can just simply click on these. For instance, if you want to check out the pamphlet on child abuse and neglect, you just simply check on that, okay? And then if you want to check out the week 1 reading, well, that's on restorative justice, and that calls right up, and you should be able to review these links, and then go through these sublinks, please, and see what they have to offer, and so that you can make an effective response to the classroom discussion being promoted. So having said all that, under course materials, you'll also find the Dropbox here, and you'll be able to click on the Dropbox, this link here. That'll take you right to the Dropbox, and you will then be able to turn in, much like uploading a paper attachment. I'm giving you this video now without any students being in it, since this is the master show in the course. So I can't really show you how to upload the paper because I need one student enrolled to do that. But it's like attaching an email, making an attachment to an email. You click on this link, and this comes up for you. And then you'll find here that there's nothing here yet for you to submit to, but that's fine. You can just, there'll be a link here that says submit attachment here. You click on that and you can submit your paper there. So that's what you can do. And that would be for the wellness report, and that's due at the end of week 3. And all the other papers, which I say are due at the end of week 14, but you should submit them earlier. Now, having said all that, let's go to the discussion boards. And I tell you that I'm Dr. Jim Mitchell. For number 1, you simply have to respond with this quote given to you here. For week number 1, the restorative justice link is here. This would be due the following Monday. Week number 2, mental health and teacher training, due the following Monday. Week number 3, physical education in schools and what that means today, due the following Monday. And you will go in and create a thread and then respond to various classmates. You have to offer 300 words in your initial thread, and then come back and offer a minimum of 50 words each to at least 2 different classmates. So that's it for the discussion boards. In terms of my office hours, I'm available to you at any time. You can email me for an appointment, I'm available to you virtual Zoom, and you can simply click on this link when we set the time, and I'll be there to greet you in my office. If you have any further concerns or questions, I would ask that you simply contact me at james.mitchell@csueastbay.edu. I reply usually within a couple of hours. If it's at night, it will be the next day. I carry my email on my cell phone. If it's not urgent, I will wait a few hours to reply to you so I can get to my computer and offer a thoughtful response. I wish you the very best in this course. I hope that you enjoy it tremendously, and that will be a wonderful time for all of us. Thank you.